Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, Milton's Corner. Today I'm working on a 2019 Honda Civic. Customer's complaint is checking light is on. I retrieved the code and I got a P1456 for a evap system, very small leak detective. I'm going to show you my way how to go about this. I know there's different ways to go about this. First thing everybody does is milk the system from here. What they also do when they put this smoke machine there, they go with water and soap and they spray all over the place, in the back of the car, stuff the canister, fuel tank, the lines and whatever. What I do to see if I have a leak or not, I will put the system on the vacuum. The first thing you got to do is turn on your canister ventral valve. You got to turn that on because that valve is normally open to the atmosphere when it's off. Okay, and then when you turn it on, you chill the system, and that's when you vacuum or when you're smoking the system. This system is one of those with the capless cap. So bear with me, let me set this up, and I will show you my way to go about this. Yes, I work for Honda. I work at Enrique's Honda, the #1 dealer, which you should come and bring your car and get it fixed right the first time. At this point, I got this set up, and now in here, you got to go to where it says inspection, right here. Boom. Double click on that. Go to evap test. And then go to single solenoids right there, and what you want to do is turn on your canister vent shot valve. Turn it on, okay? And when we put the system under vacuum, this is your fuel tank pressure sensor. This is your guide. This is what you're going to be looking at. This is your gauge right here. Right there, right now, it's at 2.47 atmosphere pressure. And we're gonna put the system on the vacuum. And I'll show you what that's gonna look like in just a second. Let me grab my needle nose pliers. When I get the appropriate vacuum that I'm looking for, I'm gonna then squeeze this hose. I'm gonna squeeze this hose. It's gonna be like my valve, my shuttle valve. It's right here. Sorry for shaking this. Hang on, I can't do this with one hand. Okay, I'm gonna put the system on the vacuum right now, and look at the fuel tank pressure sensor voltage value. Okay. The reason why I use this, because if I use this guy right here, if I use this, and if I put it here, you will never get the vacuum that you're looking for as fast as you would with that. Okay, so that's why I use that. So real quick, look at the fuel tank pressure sensor values. I'm gonna stop like around 160. And that will reveal if I have a vacuum, if I have a leak or not. So 170, I want to stop at a 160. 169, 167, 165. What I'm gonna do is just gonna crimp that hose, which is the That hose is the purge line from the canister, from the charcoal canister. So right now, what you're looking at, the system is under vacuum. Any leak on the system from here all the way back, this thing's gonna rise. And depending how fast it does it, that's how you're gonna know you have a leak or not. See, right now it's going a little bit too fast because we were at 160. Now, like, we're now at 182, 184. It's a very small leak, so of course it's gonna go up little by little. It will go a lot faster if you have a bigger leak. But since it had a very small leak, it's gonna go up little by little. If you didn't have any leak at all, it will take this number to go to atmosphere pressure a lot longer. So you see we're at 2 volts already from 160. We'll definitely have a leak from here somewhere in the back. So I'm going to show you another method how to isolate your problem or the area to where the leak is coming from. Right now I'm going to take the vent pipe, which we call it the ORVR hose, vent pipe that connects from the charcoal canister to the fuel tank. I'm going to disconnect that line and do the same test. That's going to tell me if I then do that test, the same test again, and the numbers are where I like them to be, that means that my leak is from the canister vent hose to the tank, up to the fuel inlet, or up to that capless, what we call them in Honda Civic. This always leak a lot. We replace them a lot. There's a little flap, not this flap, but the second flap right there. There's a little O-ring in there. It gets damaged when people put when they go to the gas station and gas it up. Well, let me go ahead and do that. See, we're almost at atmosphere pressure in less than 2 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the ORVR hose and we'll do the test again. Well, this is the hose that I was gonna go after. This is the vent pipe hose that connects to the charcoal canister to the fuel tank. And this line right here, this one right here, is the purge line that goes to the purge control solenoid valve up in the engine compartment. That's the one I was doing my first test, my vacuum test. So what you do with the vacuum, you put the system on the vacuum, you put this on the vacuum, the tank on the vacuum, to see if anything in here is leaking. So how do I know? How do I know I have a leak in the charcoal canister or up on the tank? I'm gonna divide the system. I'm gonna take this line out and I'm gonna plug the canister and do the test again. Well, just like I suspected it, guys. That's exactly what I was talking about. Now, let me get this light. It's a little white thing in there. That little white thing is, this thing's from factory, because I realized when I got the hose brand new, it comes with a white clip, and when you pulled it out, a little clip stays in there. I'm gonna show it to you. It's exactly what I was talking about. Sure enough. Oh, it's right here. This is exactly what I was talking about. So what this does is create a little marking on the O-rings over there. There's 2 O-rings in there. One is green and the other one is yellow. The yellow one is the first one, and the green one is farther back. So it gets pinched in there, and it creates some marking. So that's where your evap small leak is, right here, right there. So this is a little. I show you when I get the new one. I will show you what that is exactly. So okay, so what I need to do to I'm gonna go ahead with the test. I'm gonna show you what it looks like when it's a good working vehicle and it doesn't have any leaks. So what I'm gonna do, I gotta plug this line, this the sharp canister part of it right here. I'm gonna plug. I got plugs for it, and I'm gonna do the test again. It is now plugged. Gonna go up there and repeat the process. Bringing the car down right now. My canister vent valve is still on, which is closed. And then I got to put the shut hose to my vacuum pump and repeat the process. Here we go again. My setup right here. My shut-off valve, my manual shut-off valve over here. Open it up, but I gotta hold it. Look at my FTP sensor dropping because I'm applying vacuum to the system. Okay, back to my setup over here. I've already plugged the canister portion of it. Keep an eye on the FTP sensor. And I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. I'm gonna go slow, start slow, get my vice grip. FTP sensor, I want to stop it at 150, 160. Talking about volts, 1.5, 1.6 volts. Too much. Hang on. I stopped it at 170. Look how steady it is compared to before. You can watch it for a minute or two. What that tells me is that I avoid myself from grabbing the smoke machine and start smoking. Because a lot of the times you do not see the smoke. A lot of the things it'll leave you wondering, do I have a leak? What was it? Was it just a cap loose? Was it? It'll just make you wonder. With this right here, you're done. Vacuum the system, and it will tell you whether you have a small leak, a big leak. This will not go on the vacuum if you had a massive leak back there. Trust me when I tell you, vacuum is the way to go. That right there to tell you, yeah, you do have a leak. Oh no, you don't have a leak. Look, staying steady. It hasn't even gone up one bit. So that tells me that also tells me it's not that it tells me that my canister vent shut valve is sealing, because every valve, including this guy right here, the pressure control solenoid valve, canister vent shut valve over there, their function and their job is to hold and release vacuum, to hold and release pressure. This tells me that the integrity from the hose, the line, the plastic line to the canister, and the canister itself, and the canister vent shut valve integrity is perfect, 100%. I will show you the fixed on this. I'm gonna go to my parts department and I will ask them for a vent pipe and we'll go from there. I'll show you when I plug that in there. It'll do the same thing. It'll hold the vacuum. Well, let me show you one more thing. Oh no, it's useless. Because I have it disconnected already, so I can't show you what I wanted to show you. Anyhow, guys, vacuuming system. That'll tell you whether you have a leak or not. Now we'll come back with the repair. Well, unfortunately, we do not have the part. It'll be here like in about a week. And until then, my friends, see you in about a week. Well, unfortunately, we do not have the hose. It'll be here like in a week. And until then, I will make another video.